One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Wallpaper. Data plus feelings. My mother and father taught me how to wallpaper almost 30 years ago. I consider myself a master craftsperson, and while some people like to take umbrage with this and question my qualifications, I would offer this. I was trained to be an old school traditional master craftsperson, a true decorator in the late 1800s meaning of the word. I believe that a master craftsperson is one who can preserve, improve, and beautify the inside and outside of a structure using many methods. Paint is one method, enamel is another, so are decorative finishes and wallpaper. I can restore a Victorian mansion, finish mahogany with the finest varnishes, create a mural, and spray industrial coatings on metal siding until my arm cramps up and stops working. I even pride myself in blending some of my own finishes, but I don't grind my own pigments like the 19th century craftspeople did. I consider wallpapering to be one of the highest forms of our art. It takes so much more skill than painting, and even more than that, it takes a different mindset. My wife Toots asked me to find a very special wallpaper and install it in our newly decorated lounge for her for a Christmas present. For viewers of Ask a Painter Live, this is my live broadcast room I built in my home 5 years ago. It first served as the war room for my painting company. It had a custom-built conference room table, and all of my professional accolades hung on the wall. As my family grew, we needed more space for our teens. Conference room table gone, it now lives in a swanky, modern office in Minneapolis. The room is filled with pink and green couches, beanbags, and a Super Nintendo. This room is an outward reflection of the personal change I've made in the past years. After years of hyperfixating on my businesses, I found the headspace to recommit to my family. What was once a space only for me and my companies is now a space dedicated to my people, with only a tiny corner of it still in use by me. Why do I say all this? The wallpaper I installed in this room is the finest wallpaper job I have ever done. When I was younger, I struggled to find the patience, consistency, and exactness wallpaper required. I functioned, but I saw holes in my game. My personality is really good at fast-paced task accomplishment, visioning and using my high pain tolerance to get big, complicated things done quickly. 100 tasks done 94% is better than 20 tasks done perfectly, at least in my eyes. This is not what wallpaper requires. If I'm being honest, I was nervous about this install. Technically, there's difficulty. There are 6 doors and windows with decorative trim headers requiring 40 to 60 minutes of exact cutting each to look correct. This was also a type of wallpaper I had not installed before. The paper itself was pretty straightforward, a wide pink and white stripe with no drop and no match. But the face was porous and could easily be marked with tools or even a fingerprint. I found my rhythm after the 3rd sheet. I also found that my brain was having me measure more, consider the start and end point more thoughtfully, problem solve the difficult cuts on the headers, and most importantly, slow down. The cuts were exact. Each sheet completed 100%. Measure, cut, paste, put up, adjust the seam, brush out, top cut, bottom cut, brush once more, then wash with a sponge. The process started slow, became smooth, then became fast. I was truly taken aback by how differently I installed now versus when I was younger. I felt this surge of energy with my newfound ability, caused by a massive mindset shift I experienced over the last few years. This wallpaper install, like the lounge, is an outward expression of a different me. I stopped offering wallpaper as a service through my painting company about 10 years ago. It broke my heart. I felt like I was losing some art of my craft. I do it only now for my beloved wife Toots. This next level of craftspersonship that I unlocked is special, and I reserve it only for my people now, like a secret weapon. Because it's so much more meaningful than decorating a space. It's about developing yourself to accomplish your purpose. I can give my family so many beautiful things that no one else can. A pink striped wallpapered lounge is one of them. But the most important things I give them are not nearly as obvious as a pink striped wallpapered lounge. But a pink striped wallpapered lounge is pretty cool too. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.